So I recently went to a library that I haven't been to in quite a long time, probably like 5+ years, maybe even longer than that. And I was just so excited when I walked in because of the nostalgia of it. I haven't been there since I was younger. But I wanted to come here today to see what books that they had in their little corner where they sell children's and adults books, to see if there was anything that I was interested in or that I wanted to snag and bring home with me. These are all the children's books that I was looking at. I thought it was also funny because some of the books I can completely tell what they are just by looking at the side of them that's sticking out, and like the color. Like I know a Nancy Drew book or a Hardy's Boys book from like a mile away. They also had some textbooks in the adult book section. They had some religious books, they had some inspirational books, they had some books for gardening. They had quite a lot of books in their corner, but at the same time, I felt like they didn't, because when I was there, when I was younger, it seemed like they just had like big stacks of books like across every shelf, and in here you'll see that some of the shelves are empty. And I also felt like they were taller, but that probably could just be that when I was younger I was a little shorty, so I don't remember it as well from, you know, a different perspective of height at a younger age. But yeah, it was exciting to be back here and to see all of the books, and the library had pretty much stayed the same. And here you also have more adult books that are paperbacks that are $1. They actually had a little sign that denoted how much the books were, and the adults' books were more than the children's books. But overall, they were still pretty cheap. I even saw some of those vampire books, you know, from the Twilight series. Divergent. They had Eclipse. That was also in the adult section. But no Nancy Drew books. They also had magazines and some activity books. Originally, I was only expecting to go to the book corner where they sell books in the library, but I had seen that they had a book, you know, one of those carts that they have at the bookstores or like libraries. They had a cart like that was like stacked full of DVDs in one of them and books in the other one, and there were 3 shelves. So this is what I ended up getting from there. I got a couple of DVDs, but mostly books, and they were all free, so that was nice. This one is Elizabeth Lowell, The Wrong Hostage. It looks pretty interesting. Harlan Coben, Missing You. Brad Meltzer, Dead Even. Nora Roberts, writing as J.D. Robb, Innocent in Death. This looks super interesting. How I choose my books is usually the cover will catch my eye, or what's written on the back of it. I'll usually read this to see if it intrigues me. Maybe I'll flip through it to see if I really want it, but that's usually how I choose my books. Assault of the Supercarrier by Peter Albano. Jasmine Cresswell, Dead Ringer. Perry O'Shaughnessy, Move to Strike. I might be butchering some of these names because some of these authors I haven't heard of. Patricia Cornwell, Trace. This one. I probably read through that one to choose it. These though, there were a couple of these, and I snagged them all because they sounded super interesting. So this is by Susan Y. Tanner, Trouble in Summer Valley, Book 4. Rebecca Barrett, Trouble in Dark. This one I also had to read too because I don't think there was any. Yeah. This one piqued my curiosity though, so I brought it home. Oh, this one is actually Dark Harbor by Stuart Woods. Here's this one. Laura Benedict, Small Town Trouble. Most of these books are along the lines of mystery or like thriller type books, or revolve around agents or NYPD because that's just what I'm into. Errors and Omissions by Paul Goldstein. Stephen White, Blinded. Carolyn Haynes, Familiar Trouble. Little Bee by Chris Cleave. This one is The Mere Maze by James P. Hogan. And then these are the DVDs I found that I wanted to see. Midnight in the Garden of Good and Evil. Spring, Summer, Fall, Winter and Spring. And A Beautiful Mind. And then the books that I actually bought at the kids bookstore were Left Behind This was 50 cents. Their prices have gone up, but I haven't been there in like 5+ years, so that was expected. I remember when I used to go there, I used to be able to get like a bunch of books at like 10 or 25 cents each. And they used to carry those Nancy Drew and Hardy Boys super mystery books, which I loved. I should have gone back there when I was younger, but I haven't been back there in such a long time. And now I didn't see any more of those Nancy Drew and Hardy Boys books. So that was kind of a bummer. But I found this in its stead and it looked interesting. Lynn Reed Banks, The Dungeon. And here's the little summary about it. This was in the children's section and it was $1. And then Silk Umbrellas by Carolyn Marsden. This was also $1 because it was hardcover. They had their paperbacks for 50 cents, and if it was an activities book in the children's section, then it was 25 cents. I mean, I don't really see $1 as bad because this used to be $15.99. This looked like it would be a good read. It looked like it would be interesting. And then I also got, they did have some of the Hardy Boys books. I only picked up this one though. And I always loved mysteries. Like, I always loved Nancy Drew, the Hardy Boys. So this was like a really for sure, I'm gonna get it. This was also $1. And then if you wanted one of the adults books, the hardcover books were $2 each. Paperback was $1. And that's all I can remember right now. But yeah, here's all the books I got. And the DVDs. So that was really a pleasant treat.